How do you eat with Mises Games from here bringing you another Call of Duty commentary? Last time I was talking about the sprained ankle that I got last year, and I think I'm going to go ahead and continue that since that was only part one. This is going to be part two. And where I left off last time was that I put ice on my foot and then I fell asleep. So after I did that, I wake up like an hour and a half later to the phone ringing, my house phone, and as soon as I wake up, I feel that my entire foot is just drenched in water, and I look down, and practically the entire bag of ice was now just water, and half of the water like dripped onto the floor, and I just hopped on over to the chair that I had to roll on, and then I rolled over to the house phone and I answered it, and my mom was like, "I'm on my way, blah blah blah. When we get home, I'm going to take you to the doctor's." And I was like, "Okay." So we hang up, and then I realized that ever since I got home, I hadn't taken out my dog, and I didn't want my dog to use the bathroom in the house. So I roll over, hoping that my dog already didn't use the bathroom, and luckily she didn't. So I went back into the kitchen, and since it had that little bump that I couldn't get over because of the chair wheels, I got up from my chair and then hopped over to my dog's room, grabbing everything I could just to get over to it. Then I got to her couch. Back then she had a couch. Now she just has like a small little bed. And I grabbed onto the couch and I like balanced myself. And I once again started hopping over to the door. And I was like, "Come on, Diamond." That's my dog's name, Diamond. I was like, "Come on, Diamond." And I opened up the door and I let Diamond outside. Now, about a week earlier, prior to this, I had taken out Diamond, and the door, like the gate door, was still open. So, or the fence door, I should say, the gate, whatever. It was still open, and Diamond got out. So I was like super paranoid that she was gonna get out again. So after about 10 minutes, I just stayed in her room because there's a little TV, and I'm just watching TV in there. And then after 10 minutes, I open up the door, and I'm like, "Diamond," and she doesn't come. So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, don't tell me she ran away with my foot like this. I cannot catch her." So I'm like, "Diamond, Diamond," and she doesn't come. So I start trying to hop down the stairs to go to my backyard, and guess what? Fall number three of the day. I fall, I slip on one of the stairs, fall, roll, and now I'm just in the middle of my backyard, just staring up at a tree. And I couldn't get up for the life of me. So then, as soon as I fall, Diamond peeks her little head around, starts running over to me like super excited, and she's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Diamond, now you come?" And then I'm like, "Just go inside," and she goes inside, and uh, then I can't do anything. Like if I tried to stand up, it would hurt so bad, so I literally couldn't do anything. So then I hear like people walking across my backyard because I have a super tall fence, so it's not like I could actually see them, but I could hear them talking, and I'm like, "Here's my chance. They can help me." So I just start yelling, "Help! Help! Help!" And well, it wasn't really like that. It was more like, "Help! Help! Help!" And guess what? Nobody helped. Nope. They just continued to laugh and have fun, probably talking about like rainbows and unicorns and clovers and stuff. I don't even know. But no, I didn't get any help that day. At least not there. So I had to literally like crawl, endure the pain, crawl up onto the stairs, and I started like butt stepping up all the steps. And then from there I crawled all the way to my dog's couch, lifted myself back up, hopped over to the door, closed the door, and then I hopped back to my room and I stayed there until my mom came. When my mom came, we finally went to the doctor's, and we were just sitting there. And there was a whole bunch of other people there, and I'm like, "How long do I have to wait?" And then my mom was like, "Hold on, let me ask." So after she did everything she had to do, she asked, and it it was 3 hours. I had to wait 3 to 4 hours, and I had not known this, so I didn't bring anything to entertain myself. I didn't have my DS, I didn't have my phone, I didn't have anything. So I just waited it out. I just waited it out. I waited it out for a good 3.5 hours before they called me over, and there they put me on a wheelchair, and I got rolled over to like some X-ray place where they took my X-rays. Some lady there was like, put this pad over your crotchular area so you can have babies when you're older, which made me remember when I got an X-ray on my shoulder, because when my shoulder broke, I had to get an X-ray. They never gave me that patch, so now I'm afraid for my future. Anyways, then they were all like, yeah, you have a sprained ankle, so I'm going to give you these crutches. You're gonna have to use them for about a week or two. Make sure not to walk on your foot, because that's a mistake a lot of people with sprained ankles have. They're just like, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore, I can walk on it, but that can actually make your foot worse, so please don't do that. And I was like, okay, whatever. So the next day comes, I have to go to school. And my foot is like great. It hardly hurts at all. So I'm like, I can just walk to school, Mom. And my mom's like, no, you have to use these crutches. You heard what she said. Common mistakes. Common mistakes. And I'm like, whatever. So I start using the crutches, and I start going down the street. And I can't remember what I had on, but all I remember is it was raining really hard that day, and my feet were like getting soaking wet. And anyways, that's beside the point. So I got on the bus after using the crutches to get to the bus stop, which hurt really bad, like really bad. Like it hurt underneath my armpit, super bad. And the bus driver was like, "Oh, you can just have this seat in the front. You don't have to go all the way to the back just to sit down." I was like, "Okay." So I sit down, and we start going to school. When I get to school, I tell my friends what happened, blah blah blah, and every class, one of my friends, because I can leave class 5 minutes early because of my foot. So in every class, one of my friends would escort me to the next class. Then this one person tries to escort me out of nowhere. I'm like leaving the 5 minute early thing. Nobody was helping me this time, and then I'm trying to go up the elevator so I can get to my next class, and there's a door open, and all I see is like some girl like looking, and then she just like sneaks out of the room, and she's like, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help you. And then I'm like, okay. So we both get into the elevator, and then as we get into the elevator, she just leaves. She just goes. I have no idea what that was, but yeah, she just goes a whole nother direction. I'm like, okay. And I just continue. And by the way, those crutches just hurt so bad that soon I just stopped using them. Like I would just, if the hallways were empty whenever I left classroom, because 5 minutes early nobody's in the hallway, I would just walk. But I would have to dodge security cameras, because there's security cameras like in every hallway. So whenever I knew there was a security camera coming up, I would just use my crutches, or if I saw a teacher. But if not, I would just walk. I would just, and I would also do that for walking to the bus stop in the morning. It just turned into like these crutches were just a way for me to get out of class 5 minutes early, pretty much. And yeah, pretty much that. So I I got a free seat on the bus every single day for about 2 weeks before I stopped using the crutches. When I got home, I pretended to use the crutches, but come on. My foot was fine, like, after the first day. Like, after that first day when it was barely hurting, it didn't hurt at all. So, yeah, I just walked, but I don't know why. I just keep having this, like, memory of my feet always being wet walking to the bus stop. I don't know if did I have to wear a sock on one of my feet and not actual shoes? I think that might have been the case, but why? Oh, because I couldn't put on a shoe, duh! Because, yeah. That's the only time it would hurt. It wouldn't hurt when I was walking, but whenever I put on a shoe, it would hurt. So I would always have to use a sock on one foot and a shoe on the other. And yeah, now I remember. So yeah, when I walked to the bus stop, my sock would always get wet, and that was really annoying, but I got over it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my story about spraining my ankle. Next time I might talk about the time I got a blister on my toe and things got even worse. This happened like about a month before the sprained ankle, and it was way worse than the sprained ankle. But anyways, thanks for watching. See you later. And in the comments if you want to recommend a story I should tell, like, when did you meet Shnon, or when did you meet Vince, or something along those lines. I don't really care. See you later. Bye.